Hello and welcome to Bars and Bells episode 2, semester 5 of the bar class. Here, my name is Ian.
I'm Lauren.
And together we'll be training our mobility for those low body squats, pliés if you will, and presses with those kettlebells. You might not have a kettlebell, or you might be new to that practice as well. So perhaps, like Lauren says, let's just grab a bell and just gently get a grip and build that relationship with your body and the bell, and of course that bar on the wall. Have your balance aid at the ready as well.
Without further ado, we'll get started with our feet warm up our core, and then get to that bell. Standing gently, just stand with your feet underneath you. Toes are nice and spread out. Butt cheeks are squeezed. Kneecaps are lightly pulled up. Rib cage is square to the front of your room, over top of your hips. And just hold that pose for a couple seconds. Now change the tension and push down and out on the floor. So you're not moving, but you're isometrically pushing down and out, creating some tension in your legs. Now pull the floor together underneath you and feel those adductors. Then relax. And just give that the opposite of tension, the wiggles. Next, we'll press to the ball of one foot. Then we'll go up to 2 and come down on the other side. Repeat one more time on each side here as we send our knee forward and our ankle is trying to be in line with that knee. And then on this one, we'll go up, we'll come down, we'll use our toes to point, flex, roll the toes in the opposite direction, back through the foot, and up, switching sides. Pointy point, flex, roll over, back through the toes. One more time each side like this. Knee bend, point, flex over, roll through those toes. And last time, bending over the toes in the opposite direction. We will go back up to that balance, and this time we'll land with a straight leg, and then we'll bend the knee, lightly sitting back in those hips, and then press through to tall, double up, and switch sides. So our first single leg squat or single leg plie here, warming up that ankle mobility, trying to push the knee towards over the toe, but giving the femur somewhere to go, so lightly reaching those hips back in that anterior or cow leg hip. Last one, and then we'll go double up. As we've been practicing, we've been slowly descending, keeping our heels off the floor, but only go to a place that you can push back out of. Hang out for a second, and then press all the way back up. This time, we'll go all the way down. Nice and controlled, heels stay high. Then soft landing, knees with or without your hands. Extend your hips, untuck your toes, and sit back. Now, let's extend those hips forward again and practice our lean backs. So with our hips forward, our shoulders, hips, and I touched the wrong things. Knees, shoulders, hips, and in line. Let's gently lean back. Cage stays down, wearing that work through our cheeks and our abs. Let's do that 2 more times. You can either have your toes tucked or pointed. I find if I have my toes pointed, it allows for a little more lean back room.
Holy
and pull through.
Flex there, Lauren.
Whew, last time. Third one here. We're trying to stay in that nice line shape on the down as well as on the up. Whew, give that a little shake. We'll throw it to Ian and we'll come back for some core in just a moment.
Right on. So with me, it's a little bit of that split time. Lauren's mentioned that tailbone cow shape. So here again, think pulling femur heads in, tipping back like the cow. We will get to those pointed toes right away, but first, so maybe not right away, do the ankle foot shape like this, that foot to shin. From that, let's have the hands on the floor. Prioritize that length through the spine. Keep the tailbone reaching back and a nice long straight spine here as we hinge forward. Tension might be showing up on those adductors, making sure it's not showing up on your low back. And then from there, just press yourself to nice and tall. Do a quarter turn, so your sternum or that chest bone might line up with your big toe. And from here, just the same effort to stay nice and long with nice straight legs. You might tiptoe those hands forward a little bit and then press through. And as we're going to the other side now, make a commitment to reach with your chest or your sternum versus your chicken neck. So keep your chin in, nice and neutral, if you will, and just get a nice gentle lean to the one side and then back up to tall. We'll explore that middle position once more. Perhaps adjust and just get yourself nice and comfortable. And again, extend the spine, meaning press the sternum chest towards forward. Maybe the arms could come out front a little bit, keeping the chin tuck, always working towards enjoying that pancake or that nice flat stretch. We were patient getting into it, so let's patiently get ourselves back out of that. We'll spend a little more time on the hands now, prepping the core, Lauren.
All right, so if we want to press, we need a strong foundation, including a strong core. So let's warm it up via the plank. With our hands underneath our shoulders, we're going to step back into that plank position here. First one, just nice and regular. You're up on your toes, your cheeks are squeezed, you're pulling the floor underneath you. Just like we did earlier, we're not moving, but we're creating that isometric tension. For 5, 4, 3, 2, knees down. Let's add on a little bit to that plank by taking away a base of support. So let's pull ourselves back up and hold. Hips will stay square to the floor. Keep squeezing the cheeks. Now just lightly lift a foot off the floor, but don't twist. For 3, 2, place the foot back down. Repeat on the other side. Lift, no twisting. 3, 2, switch. Breathing underneath that shield. Reaching long. Switch. Pointing the toes for an extra bonus points. Who's keeping track? Nobody. One more time on each side. Squeeze the cheek, reach long. And last switch here. Ooh, this is some work. And then we'll lift the hips up. Let's try to lengthen out those hammies by stapling our hands to the floor and walking our feet towards our hands. Then we'll tuck our chin. We'll use our muscles and we'll curl ourselves back up. Head is last to land on top. Whoa.
Nice. Before we get to the bar, Lauren, let's just touch that kettlebell just once, prepping ourselves for that nice progression to press or maybe just hold.
All right, so last week we pressed 1s, 2s, 3s. We think we were there, but it's been a week. So this week we were going to do 2s, 3s, 5s. Thank you, we talked about that too. First, we must hold our kettlebell in the rack position. So let's use our hip hinge. Grip the bell, pull it up the body, punch through, rack position. Vertical forearm, nice straight wrist. If this is a kettlebell, it's off to the side resting on your forearm. It could be a dumbbell, no problem. Lock and load that lat. You still have abs, you still have cheeks. Push down and out on the floor. Feel the tension, pretend or imagine a press in your head. And then put the bell down, back where you got it using your hinge. Shake it out, repeat on the other side. Hip hinge, grip bell, pull to rack, hold. Vertical forearm, braced abs, push down and out on the floor. Again, back to that plank. You need that strong foundation to press out of 3, 2, and then place bell back where you got it. We'll shake it out and we'll come back to our first round of presses for 2s.
Repetitions.
After the bar.
Until then, we're at the bar. Take your feet in that parallel position. Then, turning out from the hips, get to that first position or that classic V shape for the hips and feet. Then we'll take that outside leg and we'll tendu, meaning point to the front. With the point out front, we're maintaining that turned out position. Let's break that rule and turn in on the hip. Emphasize that standing hip pushes forward so we stay nice and square. In the hip, do the turn out, that kneecap away, nice energy shooting through the toe. Repeat one more turn in exercise, could cramp that lateral hip. One more turn out, could also cramp those hips, and then take that out to the side. Let's repeat. So we're turned out in this moment, so we'll turn in, making sure to be strong through that foot ankle shape. Then do the turn out. Keep this hip, being the leg that's lateral, forward. Repeat again on a turn in, repeat on a turn out, and keep it in that turned out fashion. Repeat now to the back, extending the hip, and then bring the heel forward and continue all the way to the front, that nice tendu shape there. Push the hips forward and reach that single leg to the back, straight legs, of course, at those knees, and then turn out of the hip from the back to the side to the front, and then hips forward, returning your feet to that first position. Then pull up and hold that ankle coup de pied balance. Like Lauren's doing right there a little bit, could you take a little bit of weight off that heel and maybe already just find that releve or balance on the toes? To descend, we could find those 2 points in that first position and back down, or back down, but no matter what you do with control. Up with control, but most importantly for strength, down with control as well. So our feet and hips are turned out. We'll do our point to the front. The femur head and the hip rolls in, kneecap to the midline, then it'll turn out. Repeat again, a turn in. Now this time, utilize that turn out of the hip to bring the leg to the side. We're turned out, so then we'll turn it in gently here, keeping the knee straight. It's likely to want to bend, and keep the hip forward. It's likely to want to twist you. Emphasize staying square. Repeating a turned out hip, and then taking it from the side to the back with a straight leg, and then brushing all the way through that first position to the front. Then hips go forward, legs go back. I'm straightening my knee as I say that for a cue from everyone here. And from the back to the side, and the side to the front, and then the hip forward, and then find that ankle balance. Imagine just putting a piece of paper under their heel. You have to shift a little weight to the balance pads of the feet. Then from there, perhaps find that demi-point rise, light touches on the bar as necessary, and then return to the ground with control. Right on. I'll be back with more. Until then, Lauren time.
It's our first set of presses here today for 2 presses. Today, I am not ready to press this kettlebell, but I am ready to hold it in the rack position. So while Ian presses, I will be holding my bell. You choose your moves for today. We're over top of that bell. We'll use our hinge and we'll pull it to that rack position. As I hold, you press, hop, 1. Inhale, pull that bell down. Hop, everything gets tight, pressed overhead, control the pull down, 2 hands on, park that kettlebell. Give it a little shake out, we'll repeat on the other side. Hip hinge, pull to rack, tight bottom, tight legs. Hop to tall, inhale, pull down, hop, off arm tension, press that bell, pull the bell to rack, 2 hands on, place it on the floor. Shake it out, we'll be back for more presses.
All right, excellent, can't wait. But until then, let's go back to that ankle. But we'll first start in the first position, then pull up to that ankle position. Next, let's go extension out front, nice point off the ground, and then return it to that low ankle position. Do the same thing out to the side, and the knee doesn't move too much, stays in the same place, and then we repeat underneath. It will move out front, but the height of the leg stays the same, and then return it back to that ankle, and then repeat out to the side for the last one. Return it underneath to that ankle coup de pied. Now find the knee position and repeat the same effort here. Control the extension, nice straight legs by the time we finish, and then back underneath in that passe knee. Then out to the side, breathing, perhaps even testing without the hand on the bar, and then back under. It's one more time here out front. Pull that femur head in and project or extend that standing hip forward and back to that passe knee position. And one last time, out to the side. Hold. Then find that knee position and hold a flat foot balance there. We'll be back. Time to go on those demi points later, but hold for time and repeat your classic finish, maybe even looking off into the distance here. Time under tension with the kettlebell as much as with those legs, and shake them out like jelly after, or at least thinking that they can be jelly after being so tight. Okay, tight with tension. So find the ankle, we're here. So we'll extend out front and hold, and then return underneath. Outside, reach, nice and long, and bring it back into the center with control. We're repeating one more time to the front, down low, and then one more time to the side, down low as well.
We did 2 high last time.
We did 2 low and 2 high last time.
Oh.
So now we'll find that passe position, the quiet nature of that upper body, but super active hips, and then repeat, passe underneath. Then we'll go to the side, cramp that standing leg bum cheek, try doing it without the hand on the bar. And then one more time out front, that's 2. Nice little pretend rise there, Lauren. And then same thing, last time to the side, no balance, shift the weight to the front foot, then just hold that classic pirouette, piqué type of position here, and then back to 2 feet and the shake.
All right, we said we'd add a rep here, so 3 presses overhead. Again, I'll be holding that kettlebell in the rack, preparing for next week for the grand return of presses. It's a hip hinge. Pull up to the rack position, hold or press. 1, inhale, pull down. Always returning the bell to that rack position, but trying not to dip into it. So trying to maintain that core stability as that bell comes back to the rack and avoid that dump to feel like you get that little extra. You don't need that, you're strong enough. Same thing other side. Hip hinge, pull to rack, up, press. Inhale on the down, use your breath. Up, up, inhale on the down. off hand tension, hup, inhale on the down, 2 hands on, place bell down, and shake it out. Nice. Whether you're holding the bell or you're pressing the bell, both are great and will add strength to the whole body.
Whole body, from the toes to the hands. You got to get that grip. But we don't want to grip the bar too hard. We might even want to test ourselves without the bar on this exercise. We're moving just a little bit, so make sure there's a little bit of room to the front, the side, and the back of you. And we'll start by pulling up that leg to the ankle. Then point out front, land just outside of just beyond the toe with a toe ball heel, and then push out the back and return that back leg forward. Then with that leg that just came forward, pull it up to the ankle, and then reach it to the back, landing toe ball heel with a stiff leg, and then the hip goes forward back to that first position. It's to the side next, so pull up to the ankle, point out to the side, just beyond, and then pull the legs together. And then the same thing now with that inside leg to the ankle, our point, our weight transfer, and then heels connect back and first. It's to the back for the last one as you go to the ankle, we reach back, push forward, and then connect heels to first. Then the leg that just moved, we'll move it yet again as it goes to the front, toe ball heel, point out the back, and return underneath. Now let's find that ankle position, and maybe that's where you stay, or back to that passe position, and keeping the ribs over the hips like Lauren said, and keep those toes pointed full of energy, and maybe we could find our passe or that balanced position. Arms on the hips, casually on the bar, or in your position out front if we can hold that, and then back to the 2 points, back to that first position, and again, our shake. Whew. I have watched some video replays, and I do that a lot, but stay loose. Whatever your routine is, you'll find some strength in doing the same thing over and over as well. So we're in that first position with feet. Find that ankle position, and from there, extend. Land just beyond the toe, point or flick the toe at the back, and then heels forward. Return the leg to that ankle coup de pied. Reach out the back, point or flick toes forward, and have the hips go forward again. To the ankle, out to the side, push, and then assemble those legs together down low. And then we'll find that ankle coup de pied, Lauren, and reach out front, point, and pull the heels together. It's the final time out the back, the knee goes side, the leg goes long, we point front, hip forward, leg together, and then that same leg, ankle, front, point energy out the back leg, together. Climb the leg, where that position that's safe but stimulating and challenging for you. Lauren's already on those high demi points. I want to catch up to that, so I'll squeeze my bum. Ooh, having some tough times here, ribs over hips, maybe arms in that first position, hold that balance, and then with control, come down. Set 3 of press.
All right, we're up to the number 5. 2 plus 3 is 5. That's how we got.
Nice little ladder today.
I will be again holding that bell. Choose the numbers for you. Let's hinge. Pick it up. Pull it to the rack position. Squeeze your cheeks. Up 1. Inhale down. Up 2. Eyes are up. You're not looking down at the floor. You might not be looking up at your bell, but head down, bell goes down. So look at least forward. Last 5. Last one. And then 2 hands on. Bell goes down. Shake it out. Take yourself a little quick break, gather up the tension, repeat on the other side. It's into the rack position, and then it's right overhead. Inhale down. Hup, it's right overhead. Inhale down. Try to use your butt cheeks as you press that bell. Inhale down. Try to use your butt cheeks and your abs as you press that bell. Inhale down. And last one, that off arm tension, and then 2 hands on, park the bell. Whew, shake it out.
Awesome. I like to quickly explore a position we don't spend a ton of time in. It's that 5th position. So if we were to stand with our feet in first, then take your leg out and turn that out and place that just in front of your big toe on the standing leg. Perhaps very crudely, that's a nice 5th position. Now put the hand on the hip, or it could be again out to the side, and from this position, pull it up to the front of the knee in that passe, and then trace the leg, landing toe ball heel, repeating it down. Let's repeat that again. Pull up from the back through that passe position, and then again land with the big toe of the back leg touching the heel of the front. Repeating that one more time, pull up the leg, nice passe position, and then toe ball heel, returning down. And final one for this set, back up to the knee, and then back down. Now take that front leg and reach it forward in a point, tendu, and open it to the side. And keep the hip forward as you reach the leg all the way back around and bring it all the way through to front. Repeat in reverse, out to the back, nice stiff leg, then out to the side from there, back out to the front, and then heels connect. Now keep that outside leg straight, and we'll do one repetition to finish on a bent leg. On the bent leg, we're drawing that circle around the hip, trying to maintain that turnout of the back leg as it reaches back. As it brings through, we'll straighten the leg. We'll bring that all the way to the front. Then bring the heels together. And as that back leg passes, we'll bend that standing leg well timed, Lauren, and from the back to the side and the side to the front, and then push the hip through. Let's finish in that passe position again. And this time, let's extend and hold the leg out front. For just a couple seconds here, either attitude or straight, and then pull it back to passe and back to first. Both are good. I didn't specify, so Lauren had that attitude leg, just a slight bend in it, elongated out in line with the belly button, or extend those knees and point those toes. How we get to that fifth position? Well, we just took the leg out front and emphasized the turnout from the hip, and then casually place that at the back toe of the standing leg. Then from there, we came up the leg, keeping the hips forward, and then down the leg, tall, tall, tall as you can. And then back up to that passe position and back down in front, toe ball heel as well. Straighten those knees. It's one more time of each to that knee, land toe ball heel, push the ground down to get tall, and then again, back to passe and back down in front. Then from that fifth position, we'll take it to the front. That leg remains turned out in the hip socket as it goes from the front to the side and to the back with straight knees. Bring it through all the way. Then reverse, the hip goes forward, the leg goes back. We turn out of that socket again, and it goes from the side now to the front and back to first. Now that outside leg stays strong and long. The other one does a nice little bend, and we keep the hip forward as you circle the leg for the last time. As we stand up, bring the leg all the way through, and as you return it, the heels touch. That's a timing moment to time that knee bend on the other leg, and from the back to the side and the side to the front. We'll stand up tall, we'll pull up that ankle, find that passe position, and again, extend it out front. Hold, nice straight leg, energizing through the toes. Even if we had that knee bend, the toes are still pointed. They're still pointed here in passe. And then we're back to the ground. See, there it was. Whew. Push it away when you're done.
All right, we're back to our presses and we're tearing it back down to the number 3. So let's pick up that bell to the rack.
Number 2.
What?
I had the number 2 up, so.
Number 3, over top of your bell, use your hinge, pull to the rack position, up, nice and tight. Inhale, pull bell down. Up, nice and tight. Inhale, pull bell down. Last time, up, tight. Inhale, and you're not even doing my timing
I had the number. I had the number 2 in my head. I did. I'm
Did
sorry.
you not do 3?
No, I didn't.
Even after saying it. Pick your number.
Pick
do whatever
your number.
you want.
Okay,
Rules are out the window. Same thing on the other
I'll get
side.
3 on this side.
Hip hinge, pull to rack. Up, overhead. Inhale, down. Up, overhead. Inhale, down. Last one, still squeezing, still tight. Bell parks, down through that hinge. Whether it's 2, 3, 7, or 9, I hope your press felt good.
If it was 9, I might recommend slow it down or grab a heavier bell.
Okay.
Working on some 5s.
Just joking.
I don't know what we're joking about, but we're back here at the bar. We have those feet in that first position with a hand on the bar. It's fondue time. Which means we pull up to the ankle with our knee bend and we'll straighten out front. Let's pull back to that ankle and out to the side. Now find the back of the ankle and extend, reaching out the back, and then back knee side, and repeat one last time to the side. Now find those balances we've warmed up, and then bring the leg underneath as we bend, and back up to those toes as we extend. Knees bend, and extend as a team. Repeat one more time to the back with a full stretch, and then one more time to the side, also with the full stretch. Now find that passe position, and then this time, reach the leg out the back. And this time we will practice that slight bend in the knee or that attitude position. If being on that demi-rise is a little bit of that challenge for today, of course, come back down to a flat leg. But no matter which one you choose, pull back to that passe and with control back to our first position. So for the final exercise on those bars here, we have our fondus, knees bending and straightening together, and then a nice little attitude balance out the back. Feet in first, pull up to the ankle and straighten out to the front. Gets to the side next, energize, pointing through those toes. It's the back of the ankle, and we extend, straight knees, and then one more time to the side on that flat foot. And when we're there, we'll rise, and then we'll fall with control and power back up. With control, knees bend and lengthen to find strength, and back to the knee bend, and tighten things up with a straight knee out the back. And last time to the side, hold it there, find that passe, reach out the back, perhaps arms in first, or again, be creative and expressive, and flat foot, demi-point, whichever you choose, back to the passe position, back down to that nice first and starting position. Okay.
We have one last set of presses here today. Number 2-ish, plus or minus. We'll take that bell up using the hinge, pull it to the rack position, strong core, up, 1, inhale, down, up, 2, inhale, down, 2 hands on, keep it tight to the body, park the bell. I like that 2-handed up and down. You're focused on your presses. Don't worry about getting that bell there with one hand. Let's use our hinge, get it to the rack, up, 1, push down and out on the floor. Use that breath, last press here, and then 2 hands, park that bell. Oh, nice job. Great pressing today. Great rack hold.
All right. Right on. Clean up time. We'll move those kettlebells out of the way. And as we finish here today, Lauren, show us and share with us a fun little weight transfer. What do you got?
Okay. Let's start with those feet in that turned out position, and then we'll point a leg to the side. And let's first just practice that single leg balance. So our hips are nice and stacked, our leg is reaching long and away. And then we'll land toe ball heel. We'll take our hips over top of the other leg and hold and breathe. And we're still trying to keep that inseam forward. One more time, we'll pull to that straight leg. This time, let's take the long leg slightly off the floor and bring it to the front. Hips and shoulders stay square. And then we'll reach it back to the side. And then we'll land toe ball heel and go over top of the other leg. Full transfer of weight. Leg just off the floor. Points to the front. Points back to the side. Toe ball heel. Now before we change to a bent leg, let's go back to a straight. And this time in space, could you find a single leg balance? Holding. Getting as tall as you can. And then control the down. Land toe ball heel, full transfer of weight over. Push down to go up. It helps if you're looking at something that's not moving. So maybe change your gaze and then control the down. Now we'll land toe ball heel, but this time we'll pull across on a bent leg. As we're in that bent leg shape, let's transfer our weight fully. Knee towards over toe, but we're not just bearing that weight through our knees. Our toes are gripping and that cheek is working. Toe ball heel, pull yourself across. Hips are staying behind you, so avoid popping that hip out. Full transfer of weight on that bent leg. We'll pull ourselves across again to that bent position, and this time we'll move that leg. So we'll bring it to the front, and then we'll bring it back to the side. And that was a little easy, so let's lift it up. And let's bring it to the front again, keeping the inseam up, and then bring it back to the side. Land toe ball heel. Pull across, full transfer. First it's low, just off the floor. Inseam up to the front, then to the side. Lifting it up a little bit, woo. And then to the front again, to the side, land, pull to center. We'll find a bent leg balance, but on 2 points, so peel those heels up. Keep pushing the heels forward, stay high, high, high on those demi points as you straighten the legs. And then land with straight legs. And last one for today, we'll go double up. Knees bend, heels land, press down and out to tall, point together, and shake. Whoa.
Awesome.
Accumulating combo.
You got it. Work on those Work on those basics at the bar and assemble some of those skills away from the bar or in center. Just like in our own ballet class, we take lessons every week and love sharing with you some of those basics of how the hips can move out and in and stay loose in between. So this being Thursday, live at 4 p.m., we train our kettlebell class with you and the bar here. And Saturdays,
body weight, the other side of the room, all you need is your body and a little bit of space. We'll work on our rolling, our crawls, and eventually working towards our upside down handstand. There's room for everyone, so please join us then or thereafter in the archived. And until next time, check out our website, like and subscribe on YouTube, as well as our Patreon. And we'll stay strong.
We'll take care.
And we'll see you soon.
We'll stay strong and we'll see you soon. Goodbye.
Goodbye.